Brazil is one of the most beautiful places on Earth, filled with steamy jungles, tropical savannas, wetlands, and vibrant towns. The biggest number of plant and animal species found anywhere in the globe are found in the ecosystems that make up this massive portion of South America. It can be difficult to design an itinerary in this country because there are so many things to do, and the country is so large. These are Brazil's top tourist destinations. But first things first, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for future notifications. Let's start. Number 10. Sao Paulo. Its nickname, the Hallucinated City, by poet Mario de Andrade, seems appropriate for a megalopolis with a population of 20 million people. It's a party-crazed metropolis with cutting-edge theaters, top-tier restaurants, and an intriguing art scene, among numerous other attractions. With centuries worth of boom and bust cycles and layers upon layers of immigrant influences, Sao Paulo draws visitors from all over the world who thrive on its dynamism. Visitors must look for its joys because they are not offered to them on a plate. However, once they've had a taste, they'll be addicted. Number 9. The Atlantic Forest and the Ribeira Valley. Brazil's other tropical forest is called the Mata Atlântica, Atlantic Forest. Unfortunately, just 12.5% of it is still present in scattered fragments along Brazil's southeast coast, making it one of the most threatened biomes in the entire world. The forest is teeming with life and has more kinds of flora and animals per hectare than the Amazon, with half of its species being unique to this region of the world. In a nutshell, it's a well-kept secret that's close to Brazil's biggest cities. Number 8. Amazon Jungle. Explorers have been drawn to the Amazon by its alluring mystery for millennia. One of the wildest places on Earth, the territory encompasses portions of 8 bordering nations in addition to 42% of Brazil, making it almost impossible to fathom. The ecology, tourism, and local culture of each place vary. Therefore, it's important to complete your homework before traveling there because neither the cost nor the accessibility of the location are favorable. As you fly into Minas, the region's major city and a popular starting point for many of the lodges and Amazon jungle adventures, you can marvel at the endless expanse of green for hours. Try canoeing through flooded forests in Anavilhanas National Park, traveling further away to the recently established Sixua Reserve, or visiting the Mamangua Reserve to see river dolphins. Number 7. Jalopo. While Brazil's agribusiness boom has primarily affected the Cerrado in recent years, there are pockets of conservation, such as the comparatively unknown Jalopo State Park, which encompasses 34,000 square kilometers of scrubland, grasslands, woodland, caverns, and strange rock formations. The dry season, which lasts from May to September, is the best time to go because water is the major attraction despite the arid surroundings. You may kayak down rapids or splash in the clear pools of waterfalls. You can even take a plunge in what are known as fervouros or boiling pots, which are natural springs where the bubbling water buoys swimmers. Chapadas, or mountain formations, and sand dunes both offer beautiful trekking opportunities. Numerous endangered plant and animal species can be found in the considerably bigger conservation areas of Chapada dos Veadeiros National Park, located 400 kilometers to the south, and Immerse National Park, located to the west. The largest bird in South America, the rhea, as well as gigantic anteaters and armadillos may be encountered by unlucky hikers. Number 6. Brasilia. Brasilia, the city of the future that is inextricably bound to the past, is a wonderful paradox. The official opening of the federal capital in 1960 served as both the nation's ultimate modern emblem and the long-awaited impetus for the interior of the country's economy. Built in the center of the scorching, arid landscape of Brazil's center-west, Brasilia is an outdoor memorial to those who designed and constructed it, including Oscar Niemeyer and urban planner Alceu Costa. The enormous city was intended for automobiles, not pedestrians, yet thousands of tons of concrete and steel were poured into a number of modernist architectural marvels that are worth spending a day or two exploring. The Metropolitan Cathedral, with its white columns reaching to the heavens in a hyperboloid structure studded with stained glass, is one location where Niumeir's well-known curves can be seen. Number 5. Pantanal. The Pantanal, the largest wetland area in the world, is the best place in Brazil to see wildlife. More than 230 fish species, 650 bird species, the largest mammal in South America, the tapir, and apex predators like jaguars, caimans, and anacondas all call the Pantanal home. The Pantanal can be explored in a variety of ways, covering an area that is more than half the size of France. The Estrada Transpantaneira is the route that makes it the most accessible by car, but remoter areas and premium hotels can also be reached by light planes and motorboats. The dry season from May to September makes it easier to see wildlife. Yet, as water levels increase from October onward, rivers overrun their banks and saturate the nearby plains, bringing a profusion of flora and flocks of wading birds. River cruises also start to appear during the wet season. The sun deck of a 15-cabin boat excursion to the Serra do Amolar Mountains close to the Bolivian border is a great place to take in the magnificence of this area. Number 4. Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro, the most visited city in Brazil, is not referred to as a marvelous city for nothing. It is the most beautiful place in the world in the eyes of the Cariocas. It would be difficult for visitors to disagree. Between mountains covered in rainforest and dotted with bare granite peaks, dense high-rises are built like sugar cubes. Visitors flock to the well-known beaches to relax in the sun, but locals go to be active by surfing, running, cycling, or diving into the sand instead of playing beach volleyball in the sweltering heat. One of the most competitive beach sports is people watching. Number 3. Noronha de Fernando. Fernando de Noronha is an archipelago of islands located 200 miles off the northeast coast and is a popular honeymoon destination. Only the largest of Noronha's 21 islands is reachable by tourists, and even then, its borders are safely contained within Brazil's biggest maritime park. Dreamy beaches like Baía do Sancho, Baía dos Porcos, and Praia do Leo all contend for first place on lists of the nation's top beaches. If this area were on the mainland, tourists would swarm here to enjoy the silky soft sands and crystal clear waters. However, its isolation and a limit on visitors keep the crowds to a pleasant minimum. Noronha, an underwater paradise just off the coast, is home to 230 different species of fish, 15 different types of coral, 5 different kinds of harmless sharks, and the biggest number of tropical marine birds in the Atlantic. Before snorkeling in shallow tidal pools, you may observe hundreds of dolphins perform water acrobatics while diving to find coral and shipwrecks in the marine park. Noronha delivers Brazil's natural beauty at its finest, therefore visiting this location is worthwhile. Number 2. The Saco de Mamangua and Paraty. In the early days of Brazil's gold rush, the precious metals mined from Minas Gerais were exported out via the second Royal Road terminus, the coastal Paraty. The town lost some of its export business to Rio de Janeiro in the early 1700s, but it was able to maintain its colonial beauty admirably. Its location between steep, jungle-covered mountains and the warm, clear ocean makes it even more stunning. For generations, Paraty was a backwater, but in recent years, it has drawn writers and artists from all over the world. Numerous notable events are held in the city, such as the Philip Literary Festival, the Jazz Festival, and the Pinka Festival, which serves as an occasion to consume copious amounts of cachaça, a Brazilian cane spirit made nearby. Number 1. Ouro Preto and the Minas Gerais colonial towns. Ouro Preto, literally black gold, in Minas Gerais was a prime example of colonial splendor and the epicenter of Brazil's 18th century gold rush. This small rural town, which formerly housed 110,000 people, the most of whom were slaves, still has over 24 churches that are magnificently decorated with gold filigree. The artist Aleijadinho, who studied European Baroque traditions and created his own distinctive style, was one of Ouro Preto's most well-known citizens. Churches throughout the region, including those in Tiradentes, Congonhas, and São João del Rei, display his sculptures and reliefs, some of which he carved after contracting a sickness that caused him to lose his fingers. Most of these towns are connected by the ancient Royal Road, which makes for an exciting drive. The world's largest open-air contemporary art museum, Inhotim, is close by and a must-visit for art enthusiasts. This brings us to the end of the video. Share your favorite destination with us in the comments and subscribe for more travel videos like this.